So this is the thief, Captain? You mean to say that my artifacts have been found?
Yes, Count Carvain. He stole your artifacts and attempted to deliver them to the bandits operating in the Bruma Caverns.
I see. Well, of course, I expect he should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Now, my artifacts?
Actually, this new friend of Bruma has them.
And who's this?
A friend, responsible for tracking down the artifacts and finding the thief. In fact, I'd say they deserve most of the credit, Count Carvain.
Ah, friend of Bruma. Such tales are always gratifying to hear of. In fact, Captain, would you mind giving us a moment to speak?
Of course. I'll just be waiting over there. I'd like to say a few words to this new friend of Bruma before they take their leave.
Of course, Captain. Friend de Bruma, may I have a moment? If you would just hand over the artifacts, gently if you please. Thank you very much. So, you tracked down the thief and found my artifacts. I am extremely grateful. Please, accept this small recompense from the Treasury. Thank you for your service. Something makes me think you're not going to merely disappear, though. You're the kind to get tangled in all sorts of affairs, I'm sure. Farewell, friend to Bruma. Good luck. I do hope you remain loyal to the Bruma throne. Bye.
You seen Frostcrack Spire? Sitting up there on Knoll Mountain? Beautiful sight. Almost makes me want to hike up there and take a look. Almost.
It's rare to see someone so willing to help another these days. You went to great lengths to find those damned artifacts. And for that, you have my thanks. I don't know what Count Carvain said to you, and I don't really mind. The Count and I don't always see eye to eye, but I have a duty. Anyway, something makes me think we may see each other again. People like you tend to make waves, don't they? Take this. A personal thank you gift from me. Safe travels, my friend. And thanks. Respect the law. Respect yourself. Goodbye.
Good morning. Indeed I am. I handle the day-to-day business of the county on behalf of the Count, the fair and honorable Silas Carvain.
Is there something I can do for you? Farewell.
Goodbye.
Suckered by the Synod, weary of the whispers, why not go somewhere more agreeable? Reside at the Resplendence Boutique of Magical Wonders.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Rosada the Resplendent invites you to his Boutique of Magical Wonders. Don't delay, patronize today.
Welcome to our fair city. I am Silas Carvain. I have the singular honor of acting as Count of Bruma, defending her walls and ruling over her people. I am young, and I know some use this as ammunition with which to criticize me, but they are short-sighted, and they are foolish. I act in the best interest of Bruma at all times. I will always fight valiantly to defend her from threats both within and without. That is what matters. Bruma is the jewel of the Gerald Mountains, a strong and hardy city, imperial in name, but equally Nordic by blood. And while the county surrounding her is frosty, as Viscount Carvain says, the hearts of our people burn brighter than the warmest hearth. We have our share of problems, I won't deny that. But Bruma is a prosperous county given the times. Compared to Shadenhall and Breville, Bruma might as well be paradise. And at least we were spared the horrors of the Great War. Mostly. It's a complicated task, let's put it that way. On the one hand, there are the Imperials. On the other, there are the Nords. And then, there are the other cultures to contend with as well. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the Stormcloak uprising in Skyrim has complicated things to a certain extent. But I'm proud to serve Bruma and her people. Well enough, I suppose. The Great War mostly spared Bruma, thank the Divines for that. Most of Cyrodiil didn't have such good fortune. Not particularly, no. I certainly don't envy my friends across the border in Skyrim, though. These are truly dark times for the Empire. Let us hope that this storm blows over, as of all the rest. But something makes me think this one's different. I fear Tamriel will never be the same again. If it's work you seek, speak with my Viscount, Marcius Carvain. He's more likely to have work for you than I. He spends most of his time in the castle. It didn't, mostly, and thank the Divines for that. Of course, there were Dominion scouts roaming the Gerals on occasion, but that's to be expected. Minor skirmishes are not what people refer to when they speak of the horrors of the Great War, though. They mean the Battle of the Red Ring. They mean the sacking of Anvil. And these are evils that Bruma was spared. Her walls remain unharmed, and her buildings remain upright. That being said, Cyrodiil herself reels after the Great War, emotionally and psychologically. It took its toll on the whole province, and Bruma is no exception. Bruma may be spared the physical scars of the Great War, but the mental scars, they run just as deep here as they do anywhere. Goodbye.
Seen any goblins around? Primitive little things, but damn if they won't swarm you. It's tough. On one side, you've got criminals, the kind that like to hide behind law and policy to wriggle out of justice. On the other, you've got politics, constantly meddling in our affairs as everyone walks on eggshells. And here I am in the center, just trying to make things work for the people. Sometimes I wish I'd stayed down in the Imperial City. Yep, me and my family. Wife and children are still there, in fact. Left because the place is swarming with people. Hard to find any work. Came up here, couldn't find much work either. Joined the guard on a whim. Saw a lot, rose to the ranks. And now I'm guard captain. Funny how things work out. I try to take my duties seriously, and send as much as I can back to my loved ones. More than you might think. Between the Count, the White Gold Concordat, and all the other treaties, the rules are constantly changing. All I want to do is protect these people, jail criminals, earn my keep. But then the damned wind changes, and with it, the law. And then, what do you know, I'm supposed to jail this group, and that group, and the other group. And for what? For politics. Despite it all, though, I wouldn't trade this job for the world. It's rewarding, fulfilling, and at least it lets me provide for myself and my family. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. We have it fairly okay compared to some other parts of the province. The problem is that the criminals here aren't driven to it out of desperation. They just want the coin, to get rich. They know how to game the system. Except Dartokdom. He's... well, never mind. I've probably told you too much. You're right. Well, listen. Dartokto's a thief. Likes to call himself a cat burglar. Funny Khajiit sense of humor. But it's funny, he steals from those who don't deserve what they have. Like, say, other thieves or power-mad politicians. And then he sells the stuff. With a discount for those who truly need it, no less. I don't understand that cat. But I can't really complain. As thieves go, he's one of the better ones. But he currently has charges leveled against him from Cetus, the owner of Icewind Traders. So that's that. Bye.
You've done some good for Bruma, or so I hear. I offer you my thanks.
What is it?
Lots of them. I was there, you know. At the Battle of the Red Ring. I saw the bloodshed. The chaos. I had a journal. Kept a record of all that I went through. But those damned bandits came through and stole all my belongings. Journal included. Serves me right for trusting that slimy Argonian and the tavern. Cowers in corners, or whatever his name is. You do that for an old beggar? Praise the divines! I'll reward you as best as I am able. Goodbye.
It's you. You saw me. What I did in Gautier's manor. How I butchered my wife. How I slaughtered her in cold blood. I'm a monster. I don't deserve to live. I've been waiting out here for someone to kill me, but justice hasn't yet materialized. Please, just do it. Kill me. Let justice be done. Because I'm a monster. In my rage toward Gautier, I slaughtered not only him, but my wife as well. I've not only committed a dishonorable act, I've committed a shameful, horrific one. And I deserve to suffer the consequences. Then we have nothing further to talk about. Goodbye. And learn from my mistakes.
Today you die.
Kill me. Best joke
Time
I've
for
heard
you
all
to
day.
lose yours.
Whatever shall I do? I'll show you what real pain feels like.
This is going to be fun.
spare a coin for an old veteran? Thank you, traveler. I can never thank you enough. I'm a beggar. I can't reward you with riches or wealth, but hopefully I can give you something just as good. Let me teach you a thing or two about sword fighting, blocking, that sort of thing. And take this, an old keepsake of mine. I've heard a thing or two, but it's going to cost you. Haha, yes, that's what I like. Thank you. I hear some unique people pass through the Restful Watchman. Spending a night there might be interesting. His name is Reynard Eventoned. Damn fool. Apparently thinks he's the Divine's gift to singing. He's terrible. And he's loud. You can hear his terrible performances from the streets. It's getting very irritating. The beggar, Ronte, has shown a particular interest in getting Reynard to shut up. For some reason. You could go speak with him. Perhaps he'd even pay you. Farewell.
Want my advice? Always carry a good stock of potions and restoratives around with you. Never know when you'll be lying on the ground bleeding out.
Hail, friend. I am. I try to be fairly humble, but sitting here day after day, not being able to hear myself think for the racket he's causing, well, it tries my scales. Why do you ask? Are you interested in helping? There certainly isn't much a lowly Argonian beggar could do. Thank you very much. I am a beggar. I can't even afford a roof over my head, and I can barely afford to eat. However, if you were to deal with Reynard, I can arrange for you to be paid.
You there, a traveler, in my house? Why, of course, you are here to sample the sweet sounds of Reynard Eventone and his lute, or his flute. Noise nuisance? Noise nuisance? What do you take me for, some Halliway wastrel? I'm a bard, you impudent fool! How dare you speak to me in such a manner? And whoever complain, such nerve! Ah, yes, but you were the messenger boy, weren't you? You are the one who came to deliver their infernal message. Indeed, whoever it was that complained is likely an agent of Maroon's Dagon. For who else would have such distaste for the beauty of music? You insolent whelp! I am outraged! You barge into my home and then proceed to insult me! I'm done with this conversation. Come to speak to the best bard in old Tamriel? Unsurprising. Go on then, speak. Of course I am. A true Nord knows that boasting is appropriate when it is called for. And Reynard Eventone knows this well. Or are you insulting my ability, bumpkin? Don't tempt me. To clunk you over the head with my flute, or my lute, or bludgeon you with my fiddle. I know, I will travel to Daggerfall, grab one of those fancy bread hops and spank you with it. Ooh, or I could slam you with a tambourine so vigorously that every Bruma citizen could hear it. That would make you the joke of the day. Oh, look, there goes the tambourine man. How's that sound, Pissin' Rube? The hat? The hat? You dare refer to it as a hat? This pumpkin is a Colovian fur-elm. They were all the rage back in the Third Era, though their popularity has since waned. But I, the illustrious Reed Olivan Toad, am spearheading their revival. Not only am I a pioneer of music, I am also a pioneer of fine fashions. Soon, when you see all and sundry walking around sporting them, you'll know in the back of your mind that we not even Tone was there first. Indeed you do. Gaze upon the visage of my Third Era Colovian fur-elm, for its originality is sadly fleeting. First you insult me, then you offer me aid. How unexpected. At least you're learning your place. Yes, I suppose there's something you can do. My prize loot is missing, and I'm forced to use this shoddy replacement. It is impacting my ability to perform greatly. It is even making my renditions of Valenwood's Color Streams Anew into Sinew sound worse. Valenwood's Color Streams Anew into Sinew. That is a basic ballad. Absolutely basic. So go and fetch my loot. Some thief took it, probably. Somewhere here in Bruma, I imagine. Off you go. Time's a-wasting. Annoying! I will try to hold my rage for now, but do not try my patience, Rube. Go fetch the loot before I clunk you over the head with my flute! Oh, look! A pumpkin! Nope, not at all. Try asking the ruffians over at the Restful Watchman. That's where most of the riffraff like to drink themselves into a stupor.
Hello?
Can I help you?
The prey approaches. Even if I did, why would I tell you anything? So you could go like the good little saint you are and tell the guards? Huh, no.
Oh, is that so? All right then. We kicked that old horker out of here a little while back. Can still hear him from his house across the way. It'd be nice to get rid of that nuisance. Here's the truth. Yes, I took it. It was made out of a fine oak and encrusted with some rubies. Good gold, friend. So I sold it to some of my most prolific business partners. Capstone Cave. It's not too far from Bruma. By all means, go take it up with them. Either they'll kill you or you'll kill them. Makes no difference to me. Our business has already concluded. However, I have a smarter proposal.
We drove Renaud out of the Watchman, and he's no doubt had the same happen at the Gerald View. He's out of work.
I'm sure you've seen the hilarious Bardic Masterclass posters he's putting up all around Bruma in the hope of keeping a roof over his head. Well, tell him he's got a new venue to play at. Tell him to go to Capstone and play. Those boys have been looking for some entertainment for a while now. You'll have to negotiate it with them at the cave first, of course. If you do that, Either they keep him and Renaud is successfully out of Bruma, or they punish him, and no one's any the wiser. As you should. Which option you decide to pursue is your concern. Negotiate him a job or retrieve the loot by force. Doesn't matter much to me. Just don't drag me into this again. My only interest in Renaud is hearing him shut up. This is not my affair.
What's going on?
That's him!
Come to speak to the best bard in Old Tamriel? Wonderful. You have served your purpose, Rube. And for that, I am extremely surprised. Go now, and know that you are tolerated by Renaud even toned. Ah yes, that insignificant matter. I will cut out the nighttime rehearsals and keep them for the morning. That is what you wanted, yes? Do not speak of this again, lest you lose my tolerance, Rube.
You're back, and that infernal screeching is gone. You convinced him? Ah, this is a relief I've been yearning for months now. My most sincere thanks, honored friend. While you were dealing with Renaud, I went and asked around town. People donated coin to a reward pot. Truly, This moistens my scales. No one would. This is not. What can I do with this gold, traveler? What could I do with it? Yes, thank you. I will. I will go to Leowin and begin a new life. Perhaps even return to Blackmarsh in time. Thank you, honored friend. Thank you. But, here. Take this old keepsake of mine. I don't need it anymore.
I got tunics and robes.
Ancient Nordic ornaments, restore willpower.
Suckered by the Synod, weary of the whispers, why not go somewhere more agreeable? Reside at the Resplendence Boutique of Magical Wonders. Razada the Resplendent greets you. How can my arcane ability and esoteric enlightenment help you on this fine day?
I promise, I won't blow it on mead again. I just need some new shoes, or I'll lose my toes. Farewell.
I don't believe I've seen you before. Fascinating. A newcomer to Bruma, is that what we have here? Many before you have said the same. Many before you have reneged on that notion almost as soon as they'd emptily recited it. They now find themselves hanging from trees, their decrepit husks wasting away amidst near-endless blizzard. Enjoy your stay in this fair city. No, I just wear the uniform for fun. Yes, of course I am. I'm here to protect the Aldmeri interests in Bruma, and ensure that the terms of the White Gold Concordat are upheld. Important, given that we're so close to Skyrim and its rebellious little Nords. Not highly of me, I suppose. Then again, the feeling is mutual. To hear you speak of civility is somewhat disarming, considering our environs. This city is filled with uncultured louts who I suspect would quickly turn on each other for an ancient bottle of mead. Given that you at least have the vocabulary and mental faculties to understand the concept of civil society, yes, let us speak. But be quick about it. Disarming lack of incorrigible idiocy aside, you are still not my idea of a scintillating conversationalist. No. If anything fruitful is going to come of this conversation, it will not be the sentimental exchange of life stories. Suffice it to say that I am a Thalmor Justiciar operating in Bruma. My identity outside of that is entirely irrelevant. I will put it in simple terms, so perhaps you might understand. The Aldmeri Dominion signed an accord with the Empire, known as the White Gold Concordat. That accord guarantees the Dominion, and by extension the Thalmor, that Talos worship shall be outlawed. We are simply here to ensure that the Empire does not renege on that commitment. Guilt. Why should I feel guilt? I'm a Thalmor Justicia, yes, but the Aldmeri Dominion is not a single consciousness. This empire is a political entity. It has committed untold acts of persecution and genocide in the past. One need only have a cursory knowledge of the Tiber Wars and imperial history to know this to be true. Tiber Septim, the man-god so many Nords and Imperials love to revere, was himself guilty of the sins you attribute solely to the Dominion. But I digress. I am a soldier of the Thalmor, and I carry out the duties assigned to me by my superiors. If your goal is to make me feel guilty for enforcing dictates which your own emperor signed into law, then I'm afraid you will enjoy precious little success. I am Altmer. I was born and raised among the wizard lords of Alinor, and now I am posted to a frigid squat filled with brutes and drunkards. That doesn't exactly lend itself to a warm disposition. Does that make things any clearer? Nor does ignorance justify obstinance, but that lesson evidently hasn't trickled down to many residents of this frosty backwater. Oh well, I suppose a Khajiit can't change its spots just like that. But yes, to put a long story short, we are all products of our environment, are we not? Goodbye.
Oh look, an infant. How quaint. Surely the better question would be, why so patient? Because I can tell you in no uncertain terms that you are trying my patience with your primitive blubbering and inane questions. Leave me. Oh, but we practically do. I presume even one such as yourself is aware of the White Gold Concordat, yes? That document guarantees the Thalmor the end of worship of that miserable little man-god the Nords so love to falsely revere, Talos. We need to ensure that this agreement is upheld. Hunt down and execute Talos worshippers, keep people in line, and enforce the White Gold Concordat. Talk to you later.
Hey, nice to see you around. Listen, there's a situation, and there are a few people I can trust with this. So maybe you'll help me with this? That's great news. As I said, there's a situation. Don't go around publicizing this, but a new threat's cropped up, far to the east of Bruma. Not bandits, not hedge wizards. Talos worshippers. Believe me, I don't have any bones to pick with Talos worshippers. People can worship whoever they want to worship, as far as I'm concerned. But this has me spooked. I don't want Armion and his damned justiciars to arrest them and send them off to Blue River Prison. Or worse. And I'm tied up in Bruma dealing with other matters. I hate to ask, but would you help me with this? First, let me be clear. I'm not asking you to kill them, and I'm not asking you to hand them over to the Thalmor. I hate them as much as any Imperial. No, I'm asking you to convince them to lie low. I don't care if they keep worshipping Talos, they just need to do it privately. I don't want the Thalmor making an example out of them, and I don't want them to use this as an excuse to step up their presence in Bruma. And that's likely. Given their location near a county board of the Shaden Hall nobility might get involved. Political disaster waiting to happen. So just go and speak with them, like I said. They're far to the east of Bruma, near County Shaden Hall. Here, I'll mark it on your map, just in case.